is going on, everybody? Welcome to another. Let's be real. Another MLB play-by-play. This time tonight, it's going to be the Baltimore Orioles hosting the New York Yankees tonight, right? At 7:10 first pitch live on ESPN for Sunday Night Baseball. But before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. And that being said, we're going to get ready for first pitch in just a moment. And apologies for I had a couple hiccups there. Obviously, guy, you gotta love to see it. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, with the Baltimore Orioles right now holding a first place spot over the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East, while you got the Yankees, who have been very disappointing. So for the starting lineup for the New York Yankees, you got Jake Bauers leading on, Gleyber Torres hitting second, Giancarlo Stanton hitting third, Anthony Rizzo hitting fourth, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa hitting fifth, Harrison Bader hitting sixth, Greg Allen seventh, and shortstop Anthony Volpe hitting eighth, and they got Kyle Higashioka rounding up the bottom of the lineup for the Bronx Bombers. And with Dean Kramer making his 22nd start of the year with a 4.59 ERA, 115 and 2/3 innings pitched, at a K rate at 21%. 21%, just below the MLB average at 22, and has a walk rate of 7%. So in the month of July, he's 2-0 with a 2.92 ERA with 22 strikeouts, 9 walks. So against righties, he uses his four-seamer at 28% of the time, cutter at 26%. Oh, Jesus. And against lefties, 44% is four-seamer, 25% changeup, 17% cutter, and 11% curveball against the left-handed hitters. And that's another team that's been kind of very surprising as well for the Baltimore Orioles. We'll get ready for the first pitch, and starting at 7:12 Eastern Standard Time. And the first pitch by Dean Kramer, and we are underway. That's in the air on the inside corner. Call strike one at 93 off that fastball. So you got Rutschman going to be the DH tonight with McCann behind the plate. And here comes the 0-1 by Kramer. And that's a curveball spiked in the dirt. That looks like a 50-footer to even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake Bauers. Overall in the season, hit .224 with 7 homers, 19 RBIs with a 108 OPS plus, which is above the league average. And the 1-1 by Kramer, that's a bit high at 93. 2 balls and a strike to Bauers, with Gleyber Torres waiting behind him in the wings for the Yankees, who have been very disappointing. And the 2-1, that is swung on a miss at 94 by Jake Bauers. So, and we get a quick timeout by Jake Bauers. Obviously, get 1 per plate appearance, according to the new rules. And the 2-2 pitch comes, and that's a bit high at 94. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Dean Kramer has full count ahead of batters of 18% of batters faced. Shit. That is swung and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Dean Kramer this evening against the New York Yankees. And just good old country hardball right by up at 94. And just gotta love that umpire camera to see just how tough it is to hit a baseball. And the first pitch to Gleyber Torres, chops it on the ground to third. And Orioles with a nice play to first for out number 2. Nice little stretch by Ryan O'Hearn. So two quick outs with 7 pitches here in the first by Dean Kramer, who's actually been a solid guy for the Orioles, but just his ERA is a little bit high than people what they expected. Because for me, I think kind of Dean Kramer would be like early, like low to mid 3s at best. But the fact that out of 4 or 5 is not where my expectations on that is. But regardless, we got Giancarlo Stanton, another guy. Well, that's real. Takes a first pitch low. We'll take a first pitch sinker at 92 for ball 1. Another guy, I guess one could say can be made out of glass because the dude's also been kind of injury prone as well for most of the latest part of his career. And it takes a cutter just below the zone for strike one to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, other scoring updates, you got the Padres beating the Rangers 5-3. What's good, Daniel? That is fouled out of play at 93 off that sinker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, yeah, because I mean, the best thing about a sinker to a righty is you just roll them, make him pull and roll over it. And a high fastball at 95 to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Giancarlo Stanton. What's going on, Rafi? And just missed outside at 94. James McCann thought that was strike 3. I know that was for me. I'll be walking right back. Oh, just barely missed on the outside corner by half an inch. And the 3-2 pitch, that is swung on the deep left, and that is foul. Yeah, it didn't sound like he got all of that. I mean, right now, as for those who are seeing the lineup cards on the screen, obviously Aaron Judge is not in the lineup tonight, which is obviously, I mean, rightfully so. I mean, coming off of that toe injury, which, man, did the Yankees needed him. And that has popped up, and that's going to find the seats at 96. Good Lord. So Giancarlo Stanton, over his last 15 games, 7 homers, 15 RBIs. And we get time called here before the 3-2 pitch. Damn. So we got 2 outs and the 3-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. And that's going to conclude the Yankees' top half of the first. So 2 strikeouts and a ground out from Dean Kramer. Look like, and okay, and we go to commercial break. So for the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles, you got Adley Rutschman leading off, Gunnar Henderson hitting second, Anthony Santander hitting third, first baseman Ryan O'Hearn hitting fourth as the cleanup hitter, Austin Hayes hitting fifth, Adam Frazier hitting sixth, Ramon Urias hitting seventh, Jordan Westbrook hitting ninth, and the catcher James McCann doing the catching tonight will be batting ninth for the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Orioles, like I said before, for a team that barely missed out the playoffs by 3.5 games last year, made some interesting moves and moves that I wouldn't say were blockbuster by any stretch of the means. Getting Kyle Gibson, Adam Frazier, it's like that's okay, but you could do better. But then again, then again, you're kind of talking about that. That is kind of a bit of a small market team. That is the Baltimore Orioles, who hasn't really done much. I would say not really much to the chagrin of a lot of other people. But I've been very impressed so far with the Baltimore Orioles as of recently. The fact that for a team, like I said, barely missed out on the playoffs, team that was in a way kind of like the laughingstock of the AL East for the last few years. But regardless, though, like I said, I've been very impressed, for lack of a better term, for short and all. I thought, getting Gunnar Henderson has been very impressive to watch. See, Adley Rutschman, I really liked what the Baltimore Orioles have done. But that being said, I've been very intrigued of see if they can keep this up and potentially could win the division. They haven't really done that, I guess you could say, since 2014. Now, that was actually, and that 2014 Orioles team had some really good players. Now, let's be real. If and one guy in particular that wasn't great was oh God, Chris Davis. God, I can't even think of his name at the moment because the dude was just flat out horrible. But the So Adley Rutschman leads it off with a first pitch single to right. That's what you got to do. And a fastball right in the nitro zone for Adley Rutschman, and just got right through the hole on the right side. So Adley Rutschman has a career high of 15-game on-base streak. And the first pitch takes in there for strike 1-2, Gunnar Henderson. Do I have obviously thought it'd be a nice choice for the thumbnail for tonight's ball game. Overall, 238, 16 homers, 43 RBIs, and the 0-1 by Severino. That's a bit low. One ball, one strike. God damn, I can't. Yeah, these hiccups are gonna fucking be the death of me by the end of the night. Oh God. Yeah, Higashioka doing a lot of the catching. And the 1-1, that is chopped on the ground, and that's going to scoot in for a base hit. And round in second goes Rutschman, and he will slide in safely to third. Runners on the corners. So first and third with nobody out for the Baltimore Orioles. So good base running by Adley Rutschman to get to third with less than 2 outs. And it just got right by Volpe and Gleyber Torres. Gotta love it, though, if you're an Orioles fan. All right, so now we got Anthony Santander with runners on the corner with nobody out here on the top of the first. And the first pitch, that is shot foul at 94 off that cutter by Luis Severino. Oh, man. So overall on the season, 256, 18 homers, 57 RBIs, with also a 797 OPS and a 128 OPS plus. And the one that's apparently that's a pitcher apparently called striking. According to the home plate umpire, no balls, 2 strikes to Santander. And Severino ahead in the count. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And obviously has to step off. That's the first disengagement. You're only allowed 2 per batter. For those who actually want to kind of know what the disengagement was all about. But regardless, so previous 4 start against lefties. Lefties are hitting 458 against them. 4 homers, 7 doubles, and a 1354 OPS. And that is low for 2-1. They try to do a backdoor slider, but somehow falls a little bit short in the dirt. Shout out to the 11, though, and shout out to the one like on Facebook as well. We're coming to you live on all different platforms. Check it out. That is linked down below. And the 1-2. Oh, and that's got to hurt. And Santander kind of knocked himself. So Severino, compared on his 4-seam fastball, last season at 96.3, opponents were hitting $186 off it with a 377 slugging. This year, 96.5, 347 batting average, and a 653 slugging. That's kind of, in a way, a bit of concerning for if you're a Yankees fan. See, I don't show the game. That's why I have the scoreboard. I have the game right on my phone because of copyright reasons. And that is going to line it right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run scores. And the second, and that's going to be a double for Anthony Santander. Santander gets the Orioles on the board with 106.9 right off the bat. Exit velo, just a simple swing and just dumps it in the. And just barely missed the tag. Goes Anthony Volpe. Damn. Great slide. Side part. Great call by Livingsparger, the umpire there. That glove was down, and he just never made contact. That sends Mr. Splash off. Anytime an extra base hit from an Oriole, that means that section out there in left center field gets so. 98 degrees feels a little better than 81 to get, but it means your team's doing something good. Santander's 27 double of the year. Yep. They got Ryan O'Hearn now up with runners on second and third, and the first pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Ryan O'Hearn, obviously playing first base tonight for the Baltimore Orioles. And the 1-0. That is hitting the left. Drop's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another one. That's going to be a 2-run double for Ryan O'Hearn. So back-to-back doubles go with the Baltimore Orioles. We've still got nobody out here in the top of the first. Here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a good piece of hitting. Go the other way. And the first pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes to Austin Hayes. Overall, hitting .269 on the year for the Baltimore Orioles. And then 1-0. That's one to miss at 96. Damn. And the 1-1. That is outside 2-1. So, and the 2-1. That is low. 3-1 on Austin Hayes. Secondary pitch you can find. On the slider to Santander. Goes to the changeup right there to Hayes. Hayes takes a 3-1. And a 3-1. That is high. Ball 4, and that's going to be the first walk issued by Luis Severino here tonight. And the league update by Booking.com. And the Giants beat the Red Sox 4-3 and 11s. And obviously a quick little meeting on the mound. Already 16 pitches here in the first inning alone. So overall, the Orioles sitting at the top, 63-41. And Frazier to deep right center. Goodbye, baseball. 3-run shot by Adam Frazier to bust this game open with still nobody out here at the top of the bottom of the first against Luis Severino. 6-0 Baltimore leads. Man, talk about to put a nice swing on that. 103 off the bat for 395. And yeah, that's what you want to do. 95, like a fastball. And that's going to be a foul ball. No balls and a strike to Ramon Urias. And the 0-1, and that is way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ramon Urias. And the 1-1, and that's fouled off at 95. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Urias. And the payoff pitch at 1-2, and that is fouled off. It looks like off the foot of Urias. Boy, that's got to hurt.
And the significance of tonight's game, obviously the first and last place teams currently, but they're 6-6 against each other, with this being, in a sense, the tiebreaker game should they end up in a tie. I'll say this about Aaron Boone and his team. They are incredibly confident in what they have.
Shout out to the 10, though. Looks like I got 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out here. And the payoff pitch, that is swung on a miss, strike 3. So the first strikeout for Pedro Severino. And that was pitch number 22, just here in this first inning alone. And just a first pitch showing that home run. And Adam Frazier just took him deep to right center by the warehouse. And the first pitch to Jordan Westburg, chops on the ground, off the glove, and that's going to be a base hit for Jordan Westburg. So off the glove of Severino. And rightfully so, another hit for the Baltimore Orioles. Well, that's just what they do, just keep on hitting. Now we got James McCann, and the first pitch. That is swung and a miss, and Westburg takes second base, and overthrown. And Westburg will stay put at second base. So that's going to be another stolen base for Jordan Westburg. I mean, that's another thing, too. I've always said, too, try to put the ball in play and see what happens. And the 0-1, that is chopped on the ground, foul. 1 ball, no balls, 2 strikes on James McCann. And here comes the 0-2 with the payoff pitch. That is chopped foul. At that time, in the 86 off that changeup. That is pitch number 26 for Luis Severino here this evening. Honestly, I think he's going to at least last 4 to 5 innings with the way his pitch counts, how Baltimore is really working his pitch counts. And the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, back-to-back strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Luis Severino. And now we're back to the top of the order with Adley Rutschman, who singled his first time up. Overall, hit 269, 14 homers, 46 RBIs with a 796 OPS on this season. And takes the first pitch changeup in there, 87, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And here comes 8 seconds. The 0-1. That is off the hands, foul at 95. Just let that one alone if you think about it.
They're a very loose group, and given the fact that they've got a half a dozen here in the first, they're even looser.
And the payoff pitch. That is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slider 80 at 83.
And what Mike Elias and company have done here is turn the Orioles farm system into arguably the best there is in baseball. By many metrics and standards and different publications, they have the #1 system. And the youth movement is not only real down below, they are all here. And Jackson Holiday is their #1.
And the 1-2 pitch. That is high at 95. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
19-year-old in Double-A already. Just remarkable and being very productive. Severino's 32nd pitch of the inning to Rutschman.
And Rutschman to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Jordan Westbrook scores easy. 7-0 Baltimore. And still the first inning with 2 outs here. And yeah, you're going to have to get the bullpen up sooner rather than later. Good Lord. And just a changeup that just did not. And just dumped it into center field for a base hit. 7-0 Baltimore over the Yanks.
It's another pitch that's wild in the zone. All of Severino's mistakes, rather than missing off the plate, are missing in the middle of the plate. And he's paid the price. Second time up for Gunnar Henderson.
So you got Rob Maricino. Or, whatever. But regardless, though, you got to get some bullpen action for the Yankees. And that's fouled off. No balls and a strike at 95 on that four-seam fastball.
Take a look at Luis Severino's numbers against the Orioles. His last 2 starts, 2 2/3, and tonight, 2/3. Common denominator, he's been hammered. 7 earned runs.
7 earned runs, and that's chopped foul.
Foul balls at the plate. Other than that, they've been put in play. And of course, one went over the wall. 17 hits, 3 innings in the last 2 starts. That's hard to do. 2 strikeouts and 2 outs.
And we got the 0-2 for pitch number 35. And you got a timeout called by the catcher, Kyle Higashioka. In the 0-2, that's a bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we get time called by Westberg. Or sorry, Gunnar Henderson. So we got the 1-2 coming up, and the pitch. That is spoiled away at 95. Still holds 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Much better. A real blow tonight.
The 1-2. That is so deep left, and that's going to find the seats. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Postseason team in 16. A couple of these offensive numbers that we're talking about happened the year after in 17. This is the first time they've scored 7 or more in the first inning since August 12th that year.
And called strike 3. And now to the top of the second we go. Severino, boy, he got hammered. So Rutschman already 2 for 2 just in that inning alone. And boy, did yeesh. Ay, ay, ay. But regardless, though, going to the top of the second, it's now a 7-0 game. Boy, I bet some of these Yankees fans are probably want to jump off a bridge at that point. But regardless, though, shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, though. Shout out to everyone that's tuning into the stream tonight. Because, like I said, we're going to try to do more MLB content. Really haven't really got a chance to because of obviously with work and stuff like that. But regardless, though, it's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. Well, if you're an Orioles fan, that is. Ugh. Yeah, boy. Be right back, guys. All right, we are back after a quick commercial break. It is 7-0 going to the top of the second, and the first pitch by Kramer is in there at 93. No balls and a strike to Anthony Rizzo. So it'll be Rizzo, Connor Faleffa, and Harrison Bader to lead it off for the Yankees here in the second. And the 0-1, that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1, that's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike by Dean Kramer.
The last thing you want to do is give any free passes when you have a 7-run lead. Say this about Dean Kramer, he's got something to do with his team's offense.
And the 0-2-1, that's high. 3-1.
He's already checked that box off. No, that was before this night. He's been sick for a long time, too. Taking a while to get loose again.
It counts out 3-1 for Anthony Rizzo. And the 3-1, that's in the knee. Strike 2. And Rizzo thought he was trying to draw a walk, but the umpire said, nope, that's right in the zone at 94 at the knees. Counts now full on Anthony Rizzo. I mean, what would you think that way? 3-2, and that's going to hook foul into the seats. Still count still holds full on Anthony Rizzo. And the 3-2, that is fouled off again. Still holds full on Rizzo. Well, that's Anthony Rizzo for you for most of his career. Anytime it's a 3-2, he'll just be very pesky until you make a mistake. And that is fouled off at 95. Still holds full. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 3 by Dean Kramer. That a good, nice little curveball to him. Oh, it's not the cutter. Moved like a curveball to me. Now the first pitch, that is in there at 90 miles an hour, holding that sinker to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, probably. And the 0-1, that's a bit high at 93. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kiner-Falefa, who's not really well liked by most Yankees fans anyways. And the 1-1, that is chopped on the ground. And Westbrook with a nice throw to first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here from the Baltimore defense here in the top half of the second. And obviously, Tuesday, August 1st is the MLB trade deadline. So if you're any of your favorite teams are willing to try to make improvements or be sellers at the deadline, we'll all wait and see. At 6 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And the first pitch to Bader is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So Harrison Bader overall 254, 7 homers, 32 RBIs on the season. And the 1-0 is there at the knees for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Harrison Bader here tonight. And the 1-1, that is lined into left for a base hit for Harrison Bader. That'd be the first hit allowed for yeah, that's kind of Harrison Bader in a nutshell. Decent bat, but also better with the glove. And the first pitch to Al is chopped foul with Andy Volpe waiting on deck for. So the Yankees since 2022 without Harrison Bader are 23-28 at .451 winning percentage. With Harrison Bader, 43-26 adds a .623 winning percentage. And the 0-1 pitch by Kramer is been outside at 94. 1 ball, 1 strike to Greg Allen, the number 7 hitter for the Bronx Bombers, who, like I said before earlier in the show, been very disappointing in terms of for the AL East anyways. And the 1-1, that's been inside, 2-1. Overall hitting 200 with a homer and 1 RBI. So Bader is 10 for 12 in stolen bases at 83.5%. And the 2-1, that is swung and a miss, strike 2 on an 87-mile-an-hour cutter in the dirt. So it counts down even 2 balls, 2 strikes. With ducks on the pond. And the 2-2. That is a bit low. 3-2. We got Let's Go O's by the Baltimore crowd. And the 3-2 pitch. That is low, ball 4, and that's going to be the first walk issued by Kramer. So the Yankees now got runners on first and second with 2 men gone here in the second.
Strikeout type pitch rather than a 3-2 pitch. It has to be in the zone, especially with a 7-run lead. Kramer's had great success against right-handed hitters. During his last 3 starts, they were 3 for 32.
So Anthony Volpe now coming up.
into this thing down 7-0.
And the first pitch, it's low in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
Usually that's Rushman behind the plate, but McCann has been terrific. When he has played, of course, load management, big topic of conversation. Hyde is very concerned about Andy Rushman playing every single day. You've got to give him a rest behind the plate. And when your catcher's your best hitter,
And, well,
generally
can't blame him for that.
not catching.
That's been inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Anthony Volpe with the number 9 hitter catcher Kyle Higashioka waiting on deck for the Yankees.
Widely respected. Playing for Arkansas, they called him McCannon. It's such a great arm.
And the 2-0, that is on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
Retired the side in order in the first, and now 25 pitches here.
And the 2-1, that's low. 3-1.
The Yankees now, the last couple of hitters, done a good job with laying off of that cutter down and out of the zone.
There are now 40 total pitches for Dean Kramer here in the top of the second with the number 9 hitter with 2 going to be soon out with the bases potentially bases loaded with 2 outs for Higashioka. And the pitch, that is fouled off at 92. Now evens another full count. Looks like the runners will be off and running on this pitch
In the 9-hole, 3 hits.
with Kyle Higashioka.
Tend to see a little more pitches. 5th, 3-2 count.
And the pitch, that is low. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases for the Yankees.
Back-to-back walks for Kramer.
And that's going to be the second issued by Kramer.
We mentioned the art of pitching with a big lead.
And now we're going to get a quick meeting on the mound by the pitching coach. Try to get settled Kramer down and to get this number 9 here with only 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Pitching very carefully. Even though you still have to throw all your pitches, you still have to pitch your game. You need to get
Good
more
point on that one.
pitches. Walking guys in this situation is certainly a red flag.
So overall, it's 20 pitches, 27 pitches so far in just this inning alone.
He was 5'11" and weighed 140 pounds. He's an eclectic guy. He's a cook. He travels all over the place. He was the ping pong champion in 23 during spring training. Now he's trying to avoid.
And now we got Kyle Higashioka. And the first pitch takes the first pitch in there for strike 1 off that cutter. So Kyle Higashioka so far overall hit 229 with 6 homers, 26 RBIs, and obviously with a 650 OPS. And the 0-1, that is a bit low. 2-1-1.
Higashioka, a really good fastball hitter, as you see. 2 straight cutters.
Overall, career-wise, 1 for 7 with 3 strikeouts, or 4 strikeouts. Takes that pitch low for ball 2. And the 2-1, that is outside. 3-1. So we got a 3-1 count. That is chopped on the ground. And Orioles with a nice play to first. And that's going to conclude the Yankees' top half of the third or second. So obviously the Yankees leave them bases loaded. And we're going to the bottom half of the second for Santander, Hearn, and Austin Hayes coming up for the Orioles here tonight. Ugh. All righty. Shit. But yeah, well. But I think overall, so far through about an inning and the third, Baltimore just keep doing what they're just still taking care of business. Up 7-0. Could have been worse, but obviously Kramer got out of that bases loaded jam with no problems when we were 2 outs as well. But overall, not a bad, really not so far. Yes, I mean the pitch count was getting a little up there in terms of how high it's was gonna be. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, look, shit happened, and obviously, yeah, Luis Severino did stink, and yes, it was probably an off night for him, anyways. But it's whatever. I'm not really gonna complain about it. But I mean, shit happens. But then again, the last two starts he had against the Orioles, man, they really lit his ass up.
95 series, the Orioles, the Phillies, the Orioles win it 4-1. Cal makes that catch, the final out.
And obviously, in 1983, showing the World Series team that the Orioles had in 1983. What's going on, Steve? What's going on, my guy? Obviously, yeah. For yeah, you're lucky you missed kind of the first inning because man, they just lit up Luis Severino in the bottom half of the first, and apparently still going to go with them to kick out the bottom of the second with Anthony Santander. And the first pitch, it's a bit outside, 1 ball, no strikes off that changeup. And it takes a cutter for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, problem for years to come in that AL East division. And the 1-1 is high, 2-1. That's the thing too. What I also liked about the O's is how young they are. Yes, I know you got a mixture of veterans of Adam Frazier, and Kyle Gibson part of that rotation. Yes, it would be nice to actually see the Orioles get actually better pitching. But the 2-1 pitch, that is a broken back jam shot. And that'll be a quick first out for Anthony Santander. But now we got Ryan O'Hearn. So between 1966 to 1983, the Orioles has finished in first place 8 times, which is good for most in the American League. From 84 to 2022, they only had 2 first place finishes, and that's fewest in the American League. And the first pitch, it's low in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0. That's shot foul. And you also had young guys like Arrieta, who got traded by the Orioles, got traded to the Cubs, and well, let's be real, and that kind of really worked out for Jake Arrieta's career, even though with us was kind of not great. And takes that pitch up high, 2 balls and a strike to Ryan O'Hearn with Austin Hayes, and then waiting in the hole, Adam Frazier with a let's be real, open the bust of the game open, and that's gonna try to sneak in, but that's gonna be out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Luis Severino here in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch to Hayes. Chops on the ground, a short. Volpe has it. And that's going to be out number 3. So top of the third we go. So 1, 2, 3. go to the Orioles here in that bottom half of the second. Okay, then. And we go to a quick commercial break afterwards. So, not really much to go off of here tonight because let's be real, the Yankees, like I've always said this too, and I will say this, having despite being above 500 team, still disappointing. That's just the way I look. I will always be like that. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Ugh. Shout out to everyone that's been in the chat or just finding the stream for the first time. So shout out to every single one of y'all. Look at it, we're back at it again for some Sunday night baseball, and we're back at it again tomorrow with some more MLB content and more MLB baseball. This time between the Yankees and the Rays should be a lot of fun for that night. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said. With that being said, man, we also had another good show for those who are WNBA related. Um, shit, actually, we put on a good show for y'all for balling with the ladies, and obviously our first 2 hour show with that. But I mean, it's kind of fun though. But speaking of that, let me go. Gunnar Anderson has 11 homers since June 1st, which is tied 6th in the American League. A 2.8 WAR this season leads all AR rookies according to Baseball Reference. And and the first pitch by Kramer is a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, well, and the 1-0, that's in there at 93 at the knees. Evens the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake Bowers, who was 0 for 1 this afternoon or this evening. And the 1-1, that is popped to shallows to center. And Bowers gets the Yankees on the board with a solo homer. So Jake Bowers with his 8th home run of the year. Now the Yankees get on the board 7-1. Oh boy. But man, and the first pitch, it's way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0, it's been outside, 2-0. Mm-mm. And the 2-0, that's a bit high for strike 1, according to the home plate umpire. And the 2-1 pitch, that's in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, the 2-2. And that is the shallow deep left over the fence. And that is gone. Back-to-back homers.
Stayed in, and he will go to second base. It looked like it got to the top of the wall. And we'll see as Phil Cussy and the umpires gather
Oh, looks like
on the infield.
I'll tell you guys this. This would have been a home run in all other 29 ballparks. Watch where this
let's
ball hits
see.
running out of room. It's the top of the wall. This stays in the ballpark. Gunner, you were right.
So that's going to be a double. A long ass double at 400 feet.
Yankees, there may have been a fan whose hand may have hit that baseball as well on the way to the wall.
So we'll see how that really turns out. Another scores from another league. Yeah, the Dodgers get shut out 9-0 by the Reds.
One of the young fans wearing an orange shirt looked like he reached out, whether he impacted the baseball or not.
I don't know.
Do you think he hit it? Eduardo says he thinks he hit it. That definitely went off the top of the wall.
But I don't think it would have left the ballpark. After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The ball is alive and in play.
So it is a double for Gleyber Torres. With Giancarlo Stanton coming up.
Home run from Bowers. Torres just missed one, and now Stanton.
And the first pitch to Stanton takes the first pitch, breaking ball right down the middle for strike one. So no balls and a strike to Stanton, who is 0 for 1.
Well, not a surprise, Gunner, given the ability of these guys to hit the baseball on this guy. You got to be ready for with Stanton.
On the 0-1, that's a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Squares it up because it looks like it's going to be about 120 every time he hits it.
Legendary exit velocity. Stanton struck out his first time up.
And the pitch, that is strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. A home run from Bowers. A double from Torres. How big was that Higashioka bat in the last inning with the bases loaded? They had 3-1. He grounds out the third.
And that's a bit low, 2-2.
Stanton on a close pitch.
By the way, Gunner, Charles Barkley just texted and said he loves you for being a Warrior.
Shout out to Chuck. Yeah, I wish I could have watched him play, but seeing his statue out there and seeing him at Auburn a lot. So.
And the 2-2 pitch, it's out low, 3-2.
You just saw right there, witnessed it. Took away a home run. Has it changed your approach at all in hitting?
It definitely is intimidating. I feel like I can get one out there. Still haven't hit one to really test it, but definitely.
That swung and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Dean Kramer.
Get those legs moving. Yeah.
That's where the triples come.
Strikeout of Stanton.
Just
You beat Chris Pearl. You were Jabari Smith all over that.
Oh yeah, we actually got
that's kind of Stanton in a nutshell. Home run or bust.
next time we have like a little jersey day. So yeah. What you got for me?
And that's no balls and a strike to Anthony Rizzo, who's also 0 for 1 tonight as well for the Yankees. We get time called here.
Having a little conversation with Gleyber Torres out there at second base. So how about this number, Gunner? 570 home runs have been hit this year that have been out of 29 ballparks, all of them except Baltimore. 570 of them.
71 after that.
571 now.
The count's out, no balls and a strike.
An insane number.
And the pitch, that's in there for strike 2 at 95 at the knees. We got Let's Go O's getting chanted by the Baltimore faithful.
30 feet to
And the payoff pitch to Rizzo. Swung on a miss, strike 3. And that is strikeout number 5 for Dean Kramer. That's number 95 up in the zone.
Breaks out the four-seamer up and away. If I'm a right-handed pitcher facing left-handed batters, up and away with four-seamer is a pretty good strategy with that wall out left center. And here's Isaiah Connor for left.
And that swung on a miss, strike 1 right out of the shoes. Goes IKF.
Hobby of building Lego sets, and you got a teammate that goes along with you. Why do you do it? When did you fall in love with that?
So in 21,
And that's in there. Strike 2 at 94 on that sinker.
something to do. Sitting in the hotel room after you done spring training, there's only so much you can do. So I walked by the Lego section and was like, well, that'd be pretty cool to do. So I grabbed one of those, and then lo and behold, whenever I met Caliber, we both just
And the 0-2. Swung on a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. 6 overall for Dean Kramer. So despite that solo homer and a double, the Yankees only managed to get 1 throw in that game here in that third top half of the third. Bottom third we go. We got Adam Frazier to lead it off. So we got Adam Frazier, Ramon Urias, and Jordan Westburg to come up for the Baltimore Orioles coming out of commercial break. All right. So the Yankees get on the board, but really not really doing much after that. All right. All righty. So Sunday at 7 for more Sunday Night Baseball. The Dodgers and the Padres, Sunday night at 7 Eastern Time, live on ESPN. Takes and that first pitch to Frazier is on the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls in the strike after with a big 3-run homer back in the first for Adam Frazier. So overall, it bumps his average to 242 with 13 homers, 49 RBIs for Adam Frazier.
Saturday against the Rangers probably pushed the Padres toward keeping those guys. So amazing.
And the 0-1 pitch, that is line foul. So no balls, 2 strikes on Frazier here in the bottom half of the third. And that is chopped back over them to Severino. Easy plate at first for out number 1. So the 20. So the current wall right now. They're showing the left field wall comparison. Obviously, they did push back the left field wall because I think a lot of people were kind of complaining that the left field wall was a little bit too short. And first pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes to Ramon Orias, who's 0 for 1 here in this ball game.
Used to see a lot of left-handed batters go oppo taco here a lot. Not anymore.
That's outside for strike 1.
That wall was erected.
Yeah, guys, they've gone from one extreme to the other. You saw that notation. Left center field, it was 364 feet in the past. Well,
That's popped out of play. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Arias.
They thought that number wasn't right, and they ran a tape out to left center field. Some of them came away from that exercise believing it was closer to 350 feet, and instead of 350 or 364, it's now a lot closer to 400.
And the 1-2. That is going to line to the right for a base hit for Ramon Orias. And we'll put the brakes on. That'll be a 1-out single for Orias. Just a good piece of hitting by Orias.
That's not 340. It's certainly not 37. Do you have that feeling? Yeah, absolutely. Well, Fenway Park, the Green Monster has a heartbeat. When you start giving them up, you start feeling like it's alive. The rookie from the Dodgers, James Outman, is the only left-handed batter to hit an opposite field home run. Flex.
That is, Westbrook went around. No balls on the strike.
Jordan Westburg.
I was having conversations with a lot of Baltimore Orioles executives before the game, and the common theme here. They say that the law is a physical manifestation of the differences between teams' financial privileges.
And a quick throw over just to keep Orioles close at first. That's be the first disengagement.
I mean that's like it's spelling bee stuff. What? A physical manifestation of the differences between teams' financial privileges. Saying that the Orioles are smaller.
That's in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
On the field is by actually changing the dimensions and playing and drafting and having an ability of being able to go out and giving themselves to its free agent pitcher in the market.
And that's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That wall is necessary to compete in this division. I sound like Jack Nicholson right now.
Need me on that wall.
You want me on that wall?
Is it now the second most famous wall in the American League East?
It's the farthest.
And the 1-2. That is low. 2-2.
This is with that pitch away to Westburg.
But this is the old Camden Yards that we're used to. A lot of fans sell out yesterday. Today, close to a sellout.
And the 2-2. That is swung and a miss. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 4 for Luis Severino here tonight against the Baltimore Orioles.
Watch this. This is perfect balance. This is a home run swing. Barrels it out front. Exit velocity, launch angle, everything. 401 feet distance to left center field. That should go. Except one place. Right here. Camden Yards.
Okay, then. And the first pitch. And that is strike 1 to James McCann at 97. Down and away.
Can's whole team going through shedding of payroll. Really interesting.
And the 0-1.
Around the Scherzer deal and how much money the Mets were willing to spend. They got Ronald Acuña's brother, who is Angel Acuña Jr.
The count's even 1 ball, 1 strike on McCann.
$15 million by 3 different organizations.
And the pitch. That is swung and a miss. Strike 2.
And he opts in on his $43 million salary for next year. So the Rangers get him this year and next year. And he goes to a veteran manager and Bruce Bochy. Two down, the 1-2.
And the 1-2. That's inside. 2-2.
That contract will now almost directly coincide with when Jacob deGrom eventually comes back from Tommy John surgery. Scherzer thrust right into another race.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5. And beside that leadoff single, we're going to the top of the 4th. So 7 runs, 8 hits for the Orioles, 1 run, 3 hits for the Yankees going into the top of the 4th this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, like I said, Severino, yeah, not great, but boy, did he got lit up. But kind of settled down the last couple of innings, so that's kind of good to see. But question is, the pitch count's getting a little bit high for some people's likings, and all that stuff. So, but I mean, look, it's kind of been fun tonight. Doing some more MLB play-by-plays because let's be real, I haven't really done much because I've been more focused with the WNBA, getting ready to start up with the NFL, I guess you say bits and pieces of the NBA, and definitely the NHL as well. So, guys, we're going to start bringing some the NHL content on this channel as well. For a little bit of the Philadelphia Flyers. All right. Boy. And obviously, Buster only kind of talking some things over with Brandon Hyde, who's in his 5th season as the Orioles manager. But the first pitch from Kramer takes in there at 93 for strike 1 to Harrison Bader, who singled his first time up to lead off the top of the 4th for the Yankees. And that is lining off the glove into left center field. And that's going to be another base hit.
Saying positive things about your team, and that makes you feel really good because there was some tough years here, and so to give them something to cheer for and be proud of, that's a great feeling. Brandon, thanks. Back to you.
Now we got Greg Allen, and takes the first pitch a little bit low for strike 1, but still clips the bottom part of the strike zone. So no balls in the strike to Greg Allen, who struck out his first time up.
Deeply in love with their Ravens. The Ravens came down to MD&T Stadium the other day and had 25,000.
And that has popped out of play. No balls, 2 strikes on.
So we go back to that Harrison Bader single. Westbrook with a short hop. Brutally tough play.
And Westbrook just could not make the play. And the 0-2. That has popped up and to shallow straightaway center.
Henderson is pointing to center fielders. Henderson would
And
that ball eat him up. Not Westbrook. It's one down.
And that's be out number 1 for Dean Kramer and the Baltimore defense. So Hayes would make the catch for the first out here in the 4th. Yeah, that's why. No, from what I've been hearing, like the twilight, it's kind of not the greatest on fielders, anyways. And the first pitch to Volpe takes a first pitch cutter for strike 1. So no balls and a strike. And the pitch to Volpe takes a fastball right down the middle for strike 2.
to short. A couple weeks later, Henderson went to Freddie and said, "Now I get to roll."
The count's down to no balls, 2 strikes on Volpe with the catcher waiting on deck.
With Jackson Holiday rising through the system, currently at shortstop. Plan for him.
And the 0-2. That swung and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Dean Kramer here in the top of the 4th. 2 away here in this inning alone.
They see Henderson as more of a shortstop than Jackson Holiday. I think Jackson Holiday is going to be bigger, but of course the Orioles haven't made that decision. Remember, for years people thought Cal Ripken was too big to play shortstop.
How'd that work out? Higashioka next up.
And the first pitch to Higashioka takes the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Dive a little deeper into what the Yankees' plans might be at this trade deadline, as well as the Orioles. The Mountain Felix Bautista will join us from the bullpen a little later.
And that's in there for strike 2. Or 1 ball, 1 strike. My apologies.
I asked Felix when I did see him at the clubhouse, I said, okay, so I asked you questions in English and you answer in Spanish. I interpreted. He said, nope, you asked me in Spanish. I said, okay, here we go.
That's a bit low. 2-2.
Well, you've set the precedent and the bar so high with the Rafael Devers interview. Access like that is tremendous. We'll take it in Spanish with your ability to translate for sure.
He's a big man. He wanted to stand up. I said, stay
And
seated,
2-1.
please.
That's chopped on the ground. Foul. Okay, now it's 2-2.
Be a good closer this season with his strikeout numbers.
You know, we talked about Edwin Diaz having an historic season last year as a closer for the Mets. His strikeout rate over 50%. Bautista's is higher this year than what Diaz did last year. We thought that was like top 3 all time in terms of percentage.
And the
strikeout
2-2.
rate.
That is fouled off at 95. Still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes right into the seats.
Cano have just been absolutely dominant. He's got 28 saves, which is tied for the American League lead.
Struck out half the hitters you face. It's just ridiculous. And he's
With 2 pitches.
Kimbrel in 2012, peak great Kimbrel, and then Aroldis Chapman throwing 105 back when he was with the Reds.
And we get time called by Higashioka.
The last Orioles pitcher to lead the league in saves was Zach Britton. Figures some Cy Young votes. It's impossible to win Cy Young as a closer. Was it Gagne the last guy to do that?
And the 2-2. That is fouled off at 96.
So hard, but he's going to get some votes.
Well, the argument to be made for it is that when you look at the rest of their pitching staff and all the close games they play, he is the difference maker. That guy and Cano as well. They win all those close games. That's why they're in first place.
Hernandez did it with the Detroit Tigers in '84.
And the 2-2 once more. That's going to line into center for a base hit. And Bader is going to pull up at second. So it'll be runners on first and second with 2 men gone here in the 4th. And that was pitch number 82 for Dean Kramer.
Dean Kramer was spotted to a 7-0 lead in the first inning. 7-1 now, 2 on, and here's Bowers, who smashed a home run his last time up. He's hitting leadoff and playing right field tonight for the Yanks.
That's fouled back.
Like that pitch, too. He swung hard at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and sent it straight back.
Different location, though. This one was a little bit in the top, upper third where he got him in the first at bat. That home run was in the lower third. So try to stay up with it.
We got Jake Bowers, who homered his first time up. And the pitch swings and misses.
Goes off-speed curveball. Rare curveball.
So no balls, 2 strikes on Jake Bowers. And the pitch. That's going to line into left. And Bader comes around to score, and that's going to be the second run for the Yankees here. And that's going to bring up second and third with only two men gone here.
Can't lock this ball up. I mean, exactly what he wanted. Had him all set up. And watch where he wants it. Watch where the ball is. Right down the middle of 96. This guy's got quick hands. He's always had that. He can hit a fastball. Proves it right there. He goes to second. And that Shielder goes to third. And the Yankees keep creeping.
Another barreled up job for Bowers.
Another quick now meeting because most likely this might try to get some bullpen action going. And we do. We got Mike Baldwin warming up in the pen for the Orioles.
Just get the feeling of like a 1990s Orioles and Yankees going at it. 5-hour games, double-digit hits and runs.
But now we got Gleyber Torres to coming up. Obviously, had a long double his second time up.
Gleyber Torres leads him in hits, runs, RBIs, and walks. Ohtani, Spencer, Torkelson of the Tigers, the other two to do that.
And takes the first pitch outside, no balls and a strike off that sinker.
Handful of big at-bats early in this game for the Yankees. Higashioka came up with the bases loaded. Aaron Judge whispering, I got my gloves on. This might be the spot.
And the first that has popped up.
This pops it up. Kramer is over there, and he is
And O'Hearn will make the catch for out number 3.
this time Torres.
So Torres pops it up. However, the Yankees still get one.
It's 7.
And it's going to be 7-2 going into the bottom of the 4th.
And all money managers are pretty
All right. All right. Ugh. Nah, I'm not surprised. My feelings ain't doing jack squatty anyways, so shit's whatever anyways. Of course, we lose to the fucking Pirates. It's ridiculous. That team just doesn't really want to fucking want to win games. But I expected much. Anyways. Hmm.
You know, 7 runs allowed in the first inning. What's your diagnosis? Execution. Early started with the first pitch, trying to go away to get a strike on run.
Well, that's no surprise.
Missed with location, whether it was with the slider or the fastballs. He's done a nice job of settling in.
And the first pitch is in there at 93 for strike 1. So no balls and a strike.
Aaron Judge not in the starting lineup tonight. What's your thought process there, and is he available tonight for the rest of the game? Yeah, big spot off the bench, sure.
That's crazy.
Build them up. These are essentially, hitting on a
The count's out 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch that is fouled off at 94.
We're stretching 13 in a row, so far things are going well there. Cody, thanks. Call back to you. He's gotten 7 of the last 8 that he has faced, and now it's back to the top of the order.
So now I got Allie Rutschman right now down to the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
7 runs scored by the Orioles in the first inning. The first 6
And that's high, 96. 2-2 to Adley Rutschman.
Think about great catchers that we've had recently. Plus, the coaching kind of jumps out at you as the foundation piece for the Giants. Rutschman is that type of player, that type of person.
And the 2-2. That is high, 3-2.
Well, there's a reason why so many ex-catchers become managers, because they really are the field general. And you get a good one like him, it changes the whole dynamic for the team, leadership, calling games.
And the 3-2. And pops it up, and that's going to go find its way into the seats.
It's just a unique talent that doesn't come along very often.
And I remember during the draft in 2018, as you look at the 85th percentile or better when it comes to K rate and walk rate, he's at the top. It's will he be able to play?
And the 3-2. That is lined foul.
If you're going to draft a catcher 1-1, you expect him to be out there.
Hmm.
It's a high risk, but he's shown so far that with his leadership skill, with his bat, with what he does defensively, he's worth that 1-1.
From a family of coaches who saw his dad pitch.
Now the 3-2 once more. That's high, ball 4.
This is high. He was a baseball and football player, 4 years in high school, linebacker and a kicker. Once kicked a 63-yard field goal as a senior in 2015. He went on to be the most outstanding player in the 2018 College World Series. He was a kickoff specialist for the University of Oregon. He is credited with 1 tackle. You know who he had to bring down after he broke through the initial line? No, it was Christian McCaffrey. Oh, man.
Yeah, that is true. And that's smoked to deep left center. And that's going to be extra bases. Looks like Rutschman around third, and he's going to score. And that was going to be off the bat of Gunnar Henderson, 8-2 Baltimore. No, it doesn't look like they don't.
Aggressive for the first pitch of the game, and Gunnar Henderson getting his second hit out of the game. It's a big one right here, adding on, making it 8-2, and Adley Rutschman, not the fastest, but a very smart base runner, scoring all the way from first.
Good base running by Adley Rutschman. But now we got Anthony Santander. 1 for 2. Chops the first pitch foul off the home plate umpire for strike 1.
Rutschman scores from first to third. Do you think if Torres fielded it cleanly, there was a play at the plate, or was he beating it?
I think he was beating it.
That's the dynamic that Henderson brings, his speed and power. Just scratching the surface on his potential power there. That 111 mile an hour line drive will soon turn into fly balls that leave the park.
Now it counts no balls and a strike to Santander. And that's going to line it right back to the shortstop. I think the last time I said I say at least need 1 starter. But the fact you landed 2, you're just getting greedy right there. But I'm impressed though. Like I said, I just said 1 starter, probably maybe like 2 bullpen arms at least. That was pretty much what I pretty much said about the Rangers. But hey, y'all got 2. You got 2 starters before even the trade late deadline even gets started.
He's going to be a problem in the American League East for the foreseeable future.
And that is strike 1.
It's easy to sleep on these Orioles, just what their future is going to be. And it's I'm not sure if the president has arrived sooner than they thought, being a first-place team.
How the hell did he get? I figured.
You're going to throw Holiday in the mix. They have another guy, Eston Kjerstad, who's outstanding at the collegiate level. And dealt with
It's just not gonna lie, Arku. The thing with Evaldi is like he just can never catch a break with these injuries. Like during this time with not Baltimore, but with Boston, was actually pretty solid, but just kind of got hurt. And that's gonna be a wild pitch right back to Higashioka. And that's gonna bring up Jordan or Gunnar Henderson to third on the play.
And talking with executives of other teams, they don't see the Orioles making a big splash.
I mean, I'm not. But I mean,
Bunch of their prospects from the minor leagues. And in order to add a starting pitcher, they think they're going to make a measured move. I've heard from general for starting pitchers will come down. Earlier today, when Jordan Montgomery was traded.
And that's going to be another pass ball, but not far enough for Gunnar Henderson to score. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There definitely is a feeling of, hey, the Orioles could use a starting pitcher.
I need a better one. I mean, I hope we got to do fucking something. Because we're getting into the month of August, so we're not looking great. That is chopped on the ground past the first baseman. That's going to be another run scored for Baltimore. 9-2 Orioles lead. So Ryan O'Hearn has his second RBI of the night. And that is going to do it for Pedro Severino. Goes 3 1/3. That's giving up 9 runs. Struck out 5 with a couple of walks. So Ron Marinaccio is coming in for the Yankees. Well, we'll see. We'll see, though. So Marinaccio comes in for Severino. So I might. Well, we'll see how far this gets out of hand. But let's see if it gets to like a 12-2, then I'll probably cut it there. But we'll see. So Marinaccio comes in. It's a 9-2 game. Do. Oy. Well, shout out to the 5, though. Shout out to everyone that's been in the chat, though. I was planning on doing it, but I might backtrack on that because actually, me and Tyler actually have something planned on that day. There, Randy. I was originally going to do it at 6, but then again, I realized too that me and Tyler are doing our retro SmackDown watch party at the same time. But we'll see. Oh, you're good. You're good. Don't worry though. Baltimore's kicking the Yankees' asses right now. So
It's Baltimore 9, the Yankees 2. First place team against the last place team. That's the first time since 1966. This late in the season, the Birds have been in first, and the Yankees have been in the basement. So Ron Marinaccio is on. First man he faces, Austin Hayes.
and that's in there for strike 1. Hey, Randy, we ain't do deck squat. We ain't barely made any trades around here. So we got Ron Marinaccio, a 4.33 ERA, 42 or anything in its pitch, 27% K rate, 30% walk rate, and the 0-1 that's low 1-1 to Austin Hayes, who was 0 for 1 so far tonight.
So not big, Buster, which I'm sure burst a lot of the Birds' bubbles out there. Their fans thinking, well, this is an opportunity. We're as good as any team in this league. This league is wide open. Well, the Astros being
And that's swinging him at strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Honestly, trust me, that is swung and a miss strike three. Strikeout number one for Marinaccio. I really hope so, there, Randy, because my team is going to at this point going to drive me to drink the way how everything has kind of turned on. It's been a bunch of bullshit. That's what it is. Because I mean, shit, we lost the fucking series to Pittsburgh. We're a half game out of the wild card. Like, people think I'm fucking crazy. Honestly, I think my squad's a fucking joke. Well, the count's out one ball and one strike. I don't know what the fuck Dave's doing. Sometimes being a Phillies fan kind of fucking sucks. And the 1-0, that is in there for strike one. What am I to say? Sucks being a Phillies fan. The fact that we were never got to fucking face Miami afterwards. That's in there, strike two. And we got to face Miami. That's not going to go. I hope that goes well. If not, I don't see this team making the playoffs, and I really hope Rob Thompson gets his ass fucking fired. I'm just saying. And the 1-2. That is swung on a miss strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts. And top of the fifth we go. We're here at the halfway point of this ball game. It's a 7-run game for but yeah. So you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, Randy. So I appreciate you coming by. Hmm. Ugh. Hmm. All right, top of the fifth we go. Still a 9-2 ball game. The count's now 1 ball, no strikes to Stanton, and the pitch by Kramer. That is in there for strike one to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. And Stanton with a broken bat. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So now we got Anthony Rizzo coming up. Oh my God, these damn picture-in-picture bullshit needs to stop.
first Israeli citizen drafted in Major League Baseball. He's got dual citizenship. He used to go back to Israel for 2 months every summer. Both his parents are Israeli. Dean Kramer.
And Kramer is going to exit.
Last man standing. And he leaves in the 5th.
So leaves in the 5th. So we're going to go to the bullpen. So we're going to have Mike Baumann. Yeah, Baumann, it looks like might be coming in for Dean Kramer. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah, I get the cortisone crap. So you have Severino 3 1/3, 10 hits, 9 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts on 80 pitches. Dean Kramer went 4 innings, 4+ innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 7 Ks, only on 90 pitches for the Baltimore Orioles.
So beyond the fact that he just gave up a hit, what else is going on here, Tony? Do you think that you're taking out a starter who's got a 7-run lead?
Yeah, well, I think sometimes also subtly managers can.
So Mike Baumann coming in his 47th game of the year, a 3.55 ERA, a 50 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 25% K rate to a 13% walk rate.
They struggle a bit. I've seen it done in the past where a manager will go ahead and make those moves and a subtle little message sent up to the box.
Like the last of the owner of the Orioles, John Angelos.
That's swung and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, no balls, and a strike off the first pitch changeup.
I love as a general manager that you have the owner right there. You have the bank right next to you. Can we do this deal?
That is in the dirt, and that gets, and that's gonna be a pass ball that allows Stanton to go up to second by McCann.
Secondary, good read in the dirt. Giancarlo not as fast as he once was when he first came up with the Florida Marlins. But still, you get that jump, you commit, you go.
So yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, that is on the outside corner, strike 2, a little bit of help from the umpire.
You were a hired gun often, but what's the obligation, if any, while you're trying to protect all your valuable assets to a team that is leading the division? We talk about sending a message. The players have sent a message all season.
Yes.
The count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Anthony Rizzo.
To get help, to have somebody walk through that door. It sends a message throughout the entire clubhouse.
And that's going to end there. Call strike 3 at 96. And Rizzo was kind of disagreeing with the umpire. Right now, if it stays like this, I'll say still 9-2, but I still think it's could probably what 12-2, 13-4, somewhere on those lines. That's a borderline strike 3. But if it stays like this for most of the games, probably still be 9-2. But obviously, probably like 10-3, 11-2, somewhere around there. Maybe 13-4 if you're lucky. Yeah, the first pitch to IKF is in there at 97 for strike 1. No balls in the strike to Connor Falefa, who is 0 for 2 here tonight. On the 0-1, that's in there, strike 2. In the 0-2, that's chopped on the ground, foul.
You know what the market is for Verlander because Scherzer just said it. It's a top 5 prospect, and then the rest is just money. So it's not like you've got to give up 3 or 4 or 5 prospects for a number 1 starter.
Now, the Mets have indicated to other teams, look, the price in terms of the quality of the prospect is going to be higher for Verlander than it was for Scherzer because Verlander has been throwing better. He's had a better year than Scherzer has, but still, that's if you have a team with a deep, if you're a team with a deep farm system.
And the 0-2, that is in the dirt. Good block by McCann. That's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes on Connor Falefa with Harrison Bader, who's 2 for 2, waiting on deck. Right behind him.
And you talk about teams too on their growth curve, and the Orioles are ahead of schedule. As good as they are right now, and as much noise as they can make, they're not a finished product.
And the 1-2 is low, 2-2.
You look at Max Scherzer's last 5 games against Arizona, 6 innings, 5 innings prior against the Padres, 7 innings, just 1 hit. A terrific start against Dodgers.
That's chopped on the chopped foul.
People are wondering, well, what are you getting when you're getting Max Scherzer? And what is getting inserted into a race due to Max Scherzer?
You're getting a gamer, so what you're getting. You're getting a hired gun, a time-tested hired gun that thrives in big games, big situations.
The Orioles have an 84% chance. The Yankees are somewhere around 33, 34, 35%.
And that's on the ground. That gets through for a base hit. And Stanton will put the brakes on so he won't get thrown out. So runners are first and third with only 1 man going here with Harrison Bader. Already 2 hits tonight.
Yeah, he's going to get some run support too with that Texas offense.
We saw Carlos Rodon throwing a bullpen session today. We talked about Cortez. Where are you on the Yankees? Because that guy right there has been outstanding this year. Garrett Cole has been an ace. Cy Young leading candidate right now in the American League.
No, he has. He's also one of the most durable pitchers in his prime out there.
And the first pitch by Ballman is swung and a miss, strike 1 at 97. So Garrett Cole so far this season, a 2.64 ERA with a 27% K rate. Opponents are hitting 2.14 against him with a 2.610 OPS. Other starters, a 4.89 ERA, and that's outside with.
Worry about Garrett Cole taking the ball, and it's his time. He's in fantastic shape. He has perfect mechanics, very repeatable mechanics. That's what allows him to be so durable.
The count's now 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch outside, 2-1.
Pitcher on that staff, starter, reliever. I'd be out there listening. And Rodon just trying to get better. Signs a multi-year deal here with the Yankees. He's just trying to get better, listening to Garrett Cole.
And the 2-1. Swings and misses, strike 2.
You know what's interesting, just being around the Yankees guys, confidence that if they got into the playoffs,
And the 2-2. And Bader to center.
Still going back. He makes the pitch. Track.
And that's going to bring in Stanton for run number 3 by the Yankees. So it's now 9-3. I mean, that's a quick 2 outs here in the top of the 5th for the Yanks.
Well, again, I mean, you're lifted if you're a Yankee by what you saw last night. You know, Aaron Judge, psychologically, the impact is absolutely evident. Now, whether that's true or not, it certainly appears psychologically when he's in that lineup, we're all going to be better off. They had 8 runs last night, which tied.
Oh, really?
In a month.
I think it's professional at bats. On Friday, he swung at a pitch, a high pitch, and he took a step back and he's like, okay. He was a little bit anxious. He was able to slow himself down and then not chase out of the zone. Walks 3 times. Not afraid to allow his teammate.
And the 1-0. That is high. 2-0.
It was all about the power. It was all about the singles. But it was the supporting cast, Higashioka, who got 3 hits as well, extending the inning to get Judge back up. I think those are the guys that have to pick it up when he's in that order.
And then Greg Allen hits it straight to second. Easy play for out number 3.
Yankees do get 1, bottom 5 coming up. We'll talk with the Mountain. Yes, Mountain speak here in Baltimore.
And already 9 runs, 10 hits, 3 runs, 8 hits for the Yankees. Ugh, boy. Ugh. Righty.
The guys that he faces. And he and Cano, his bullpen mate, live in the same apartment complex in Baltimore. Zenel Perez also very close with them, so there's a community. And boy, what a 3-headed monster they have, too, especially with Cano and Bautista in the back end.
So bottom 5 in the first pitch is lined out to center, and that's be out number 1.
That's my call. Felix, why do they call you the Mountain? ¿Por qué te dicen la montaña?
Dice la montaña por mi tamaño. La gente dice que soy un hombre grande, un hombre fuerte. Y se me ha quedado el nombre y a los fanáticos les gusta. Y, o sea, ya me quedé con ese nombre.
They say because I'm big, because of my size. You look at me and everybody likes it. Everybody calls me the Mountain, so I've stayed with that.
I figured.
Cuando
Like I said, I've lost faith in this Phillies team, and I have no faith in this Phillies team anymore.
enséñame primero cómo tú utilizas y cómo tú usas el split finger. Show me how you use the split finger.
And then that is the straightaway left for out number 2. So 2 quick back-to-back flyouts.
suelto normal como una recta. Hay veces que con los bateadores zurdos y los derechos solamente lo muevo un poquito y él hace el movimiento. I throw like a fastball, split it right there. Sometimes I twist a little bit on righties and lefties.
The count and the first pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes to James McCann, the number 9 hitter for the Baltimore Orioles. Already up 6 over the Yankees.
Now, why do you throw this year? You're throwing more of the fastball than the split finger, and you're getting more strikeouts. Ha tirado la recta más que el split finger. ¿Por qué? He tratado de variarlo.
Oh, and that's gotta hurt. That McCann gets hit in the hand.
James McCann just got hit. You can see him shaking his hand on a fastball aimed from Ron Marinaccio. And both Hyde and the athletic trainer pounced off the dugout to make sure he was all right.
Oh, right on the pinky. That shit's gotta hurt.
I will say this though, Felix has said right then and there is I'm throwing more of the fastball because a lot of hitters were sitting on my split finger a lot more, so I have to keep them honest. Felix, I have to ask you because you're so big. Te tengo que hacer esta pregunta porque eres tan grande. What do you eat? ¿Qué tú comes? ¿Cuál es tu comida favorita? What's your favorite food? Mi comida favorita es el plato dominicano, arroz, bicho y carne, especialmente como hace mi madre. Sí, yo me crié comiendo mucha comida dominicana. Aparte de eso, mi familia de padres son bien grandes. Y nada, la comida que hace mi mamá, de verdad que, o sea.
And that is low.
Okay, so I love my mom's cooking. What I eat is rice, beans, and you put in whatever beef you want, beef, chicken, whatever it is, you put it, I'll eat it. The side of my father's family is a very large family. That's why I'm so big. Felix, cuando tú regresas a la Dominicana, when you go back to
I mean, Yankees fans should know, like, you guys have been fucking horrible, despite being over 500. The count's up 2 balls in the strike. You know it's going to get worse when you're not going to fire Aaron Boone and Cashman ain't going to do nothing to help you. It's inside for a strike, and that's going to be a quick stolen base for James McCann.
James McCann just stole second base. And when we talk about Felix's size, for people who don't know, he's 6'8", currently 285 listed. Is that accurate?
How much do you really weigh? Ahora mismo estoy pesando 275. Me mantengo de 275 a 270. 275 to 270. ¿En serio? ¿Estás seguro? Sí, ahora mismo sí. Voy a mandar una escala para voy a mandar una.
And that is fouled off at 94.
Ahora mismo eso es lo que estoy pesando. I'm going to set the scale over there and weigh you.
Of the young players on the team, who has he been most impressed by?
De los jugadores jóvenes que están en el equipo tuyo en estos momentos, ¿quién es que más te ha impresionado? Henderson, de verdad que o sea, con la energía que ese muchacho juega, de verdad que
And that is a foul ball at 95. The count's out 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gunnar Henderson. Or sorry, Adley Rutschman. And Rutschman to deep right, just the edge of the track for out number 3. Top of the 6 we go. Well, we'll see.
Competitive brother. Check. Safe. And I'm about to steal this game from you just Feels like I stole Kelly Carter in high school. You got to dude, that's a foul. And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over.
Yeah, well, like I said, I still have you guys at 6, not just because from the defensive side. Can you still rely on Dak anymore? Because I know, look, rivalry aside, I still don't think the Cowboys are going to be good with Dak. I still don't believe that. Dude's going to what to his like 7th or 8th season, and y'all haven't really shown much under Dak, and that's kind of concerning a little bit. That's true, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. I mean, get another OC, but yet have Mike McCarthy call in plays doesn't really make any sense. But I'm not going to question it.
Years of hip hop and culture. Back where it all started in the Bronx for Hip Hop 50 live at Yankee Stadium. Learn more at MLB.com/hip hop 50. Trades are flying tonight. The Los Angeles Angels have acquired CJ Crone and Randall Grichuk from the
So
Rockies.
Grichuk and Kroner are Angels, but yet Dombrowski ain't doing jack shit. But regardless, first pitch from Fujinami's end. It's a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. So Fujinami, yeesh, an 8.39, an 8.39 ERA in third, and right now in his 40th game, and the 1-0. That's a check swing.
Second, Westberg is out of the game. I think the Angels took some people by surprise when they said where they are in the race. Are we going to trade Ohtani or are we going to keep him?
And the 1-1. That's outside. 2-1.
Yeah, and Carl, I think that the whole issue of trying to win the division is separate from trying to keep Ohtani. I think, in fact, the priority is keeping Ohtani. Artie Moreno, the Angels owner, knows or feels that the one path that he has to keep Ohtani.
And the 1-2-1. That is swung and a miss at 99.
And so his feeling is, you know what? If we trade him now, then we won't have an opportunity when he becomes a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't really work out,
At least we have that
maybe he just can't be the coaches.
from Artie Moreno to the Angels front office. You can't retreat. We're not trading Ohtani.
And it's a bit low at 100 miles an hour. 3-2.
Can't retreat. Let's try to win as much as we can. So they go out, they trade the number 2, number 3 prospect for Lucas Giolito and a reliever. And now this other deal, Grichuk and Crone to bolster that lineup. The Angels are going for it.
Yeah, in a big way. Certainly had Crone to that lineup. When Trout comes back.
Now the 3-2. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases for Anthony Volpe. That's going to be a leadoff double for Volpe.
Just how hard Fujinami can throw it. But if it's not got a wrinkle in it, that can happen.
It always goes out harder than it comes in.
Not only that, it's Anthony Volpe. Can he get a fastball? We've seen it all year. This is the one pitch that he has not struggled with. It's the off-speed pitch that has given him trouble. But this right here, New York Yankee fans, get used to that right there. The sound is beautiful. The line drive, that'll get you 2.
100 coming in, 103 going out.
He's aboard with his 13th double.
As usual. Those trades are not only the Angels going for it, but sending a message to Ohtani himself.
That swung and foul tip.
Shows how valuable even 2 months of Shohei Ohtani in Anaheim would be financially for us. Sure.
Gonna be 1-1 strike.
The deal generally, if they don't make the playoffs, if they don't re-sign Ohtani, the series of decision will be widely panned within the industry. But on the other hand, maybe this is the sort of player, once in a lifetime, once in baseball history type of guy, where you make an aggressive decision like that.
And the 1-1. It's outside. 3-1 and 2-1.
Harry Frazee with the Babe Ruth sale to the Boston Red Sox with this once in a generational, once in a lifetime type player. You certainly can put an offer on the table that would be competitive with other teams, and if he opts to go elsewhere, you certainly can.
And that is, did he go? He did go around. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Developments in this week, for the first time ever with that Lucas Giolito trade, the Angels went over the luxury tax threshold. That is a sign of what's to come, perhaps, from Artie Moreno once Ohtani becomes a free agent. And we talked about the life that Ohtani has with the Angels. He has complete autonomy. Like, the team doesn't ask him to do a lot of stuff. He can do his own thing. He can focus on all. I don't know if he signs a huge contract elsewhere, if he'll have the same kind of life he has with the Angels.
And the 2-2. That is in there. Called strike 3. 100 miles an hour right down the chute.
Yeah, the aspect of Ohtani, which makes it very compelling and also confusing and confounding, is you have no idea, Buster, what his intentions are moving forward, where he wants to play.
And now we got Jake Bauers, who's 2 for 2.
You assume it's a team that can win a championship, but there's a whole variety of other factors that go into individuals' decisions.
I had a general manager say to me that anybody who pretends to know what Ohtani wants is full of garbage.
And the first pitch, that's been high at 100 miles an hour.
If he wants money, that's going to be available no matter where he signs. If it's about winning.
So 1 ball, no strikes.
Like the Dodgers could be really interesting to him. Staying in Southern California is that interesting to him. Places he could be a two-way player. Any team that's going to pay him is going to want to continue that going forward. So he's going to have a wide range of choices.
1-0 on the way.
And the 1-0 is at the knees, 100 miles an hour at the knees. Good luck hitting that.
Legs he gets from the hamstring. He just stole that base. He's constantly kind of stretching. Maybe the right leg.
Yeah, maybe a little cramping going on.
Powers a home run and a double tonight.
And that's in there. Strike 2 at 100 on the corner.
Possible to hit at 100 on the outside corner to a lefty.
You know, the Oakland A's tried Fujinami as a starter, and his control just wasn't good enough. So then they moved him to the bullpen, and he had a little bit of success before the O's jumped on him. And this could be a really big move for the O's if he finds the strikes at 100 miles an hour.
And the 0-2. Swing and a miss at a splitter. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2.
Right there where opponents are hitting about $150 off of it. He picks up his second strikeout.
Well, Coney, the beauty of what the Orioles have done is they pick him up knowing that the splitter is really good and try to downsize the amount of pitches. They did the same thing with Yadier Cano, right? Struggled all of a sudden. He found his way here. And Felix Bautista is another one. 3 reclamation projects on these 3, and they're going to play a major part in the Orioles down the
And the first pitch splitter at 94 for strike 1. No balls and a strike by Fujinami, who, like I mentioned before, was god awful with the A's, but somehow actually got a little bit better since coming to Baltimore. Same with Felix Bautista, who was another reclamation project. A little bit outside, 1 ball, no, and 1 strike off 100 miles an hour.
What did you learn from Shintaro today? He's what?
I did. I actually used a little bit of my limited Japanese, and then all of a sudden he just started speaking pretty nice English to me as well. But just that he loves being here.
That's popped up, and that's going to be a can of corn. And
Like the Orioles in this division.
Sky high on the infield, and that catch is made by Frazier. Impressive inning.
And Adam Frazier will make the catch for out number 3.
2-3-4 when we come back.
Ugh. Oh God. God. But hey, I think pretty much at the end of the day, I think Baltimore's going to have this. So that being said, guys, I'm going to cut this short because I know I don't usually do Mercy Rules, do MLB games which I normally never do. But in this case, knowing that the Baltimore Orioles probably will take care of business against the Yankees, and I'll see you guys in the next one.